Hey, another video. And you know that I'm a language teacher, right? And I speak Dutch, French, English, and a little bit of German. And speaking different languages really helps me better to understand Bible verses because Leviticus chapter 14, verse 13 to 45, in Dutch, it talks about plaag van onreinheid. And if I translate it into English, it would be the plague of filth. And I thought evil spirits when I read it. And now I read the King James translation, and it's actually mold. And I deal with a mold issue here in my room, and I thought, let's see what the Bible has to say about this, because that whole chapter details God's instructions to Moses and Aaron regarding a persistent plague of leprosy, mildew or mold in the walls of houses within the land of Canaan. So the owner of the house must tell the priest there is a plague in the house. So I took it as plague, like evil spirits, but it is actually mold in the walls. So the priest inspects the walls for greenish or reddish depressions lower than the wall surface. And then the house is closed for 7 days to check if the plague spreads. And of course, if you all know, mold spreads really quickly. Actually, the moment that you see mold, like the spores, you see the black or the other colors, then it's already in the wall and behind. It appears when it's actually far worse than you actually think. And when you clean it, you think you don't get rid of it because it comes actually back pretty quickly. So the infected stones are removed and thrown into an unclean place outside the city. The inside of the house is scraped, the plaster is dumped outside the city, and new stones and mortar replaces the old ones. If the plague breaks out again and spreads after the repairs, it is an active malignant disease. The entire house, stones, timber, and plaster must be torn down and carried to an unclean place outside the city. That's how bad it is. So I told you about the antidote. You can use tea tree oil and the cleaning agent as well as chlorine dioxide. And I actually posted that on Brighteon. But even the Bible tells us what to do in such cases, and that with the smallest mold that you can find, you have to take action right away. Not only cleaning it up, but also treating the root cause of that issue. So, yeah, that's my video of today. Bye.